In the heart of a crumbling city, hope flickers like a dying ember. A young Omega, lost and afraid, wanders through the shadows seeking a glimmer of light in a world overrun by despair. Their journey is fraught with peril, but destiny beckons, whispering promises of love and courage. As rain pours over the deserted streets, the Omega's heart races, haunted by whispers of a prophecy. They are destined for greatness, but first, they must confront the dark forces that threaten their existence. With every step, the weight of their lineage presses down, a reminder of the power they possess. Among the ruins, the Omega finds an ancient symbol, a mark of destiny. Intrigued and terrified, they touch the emblem, igniting a surge of energy that pulses through their veins. This mark holds the key to their survival, but also attracts unwanted attention from those who crave its power. Suddenly, a group of enforcers appears, their faces masked and eyes fierce. They are relentless hunters, determined to capture the Omega. Panic surges through the young one. They turn to flee, heart pounding in their chest, knowing the weight of survival rests on their shoulders. Navigating through the labyrinth of alleys, the Omega desperately seeks refuge. They stumble upon an underground hideout where others like them gather, each with a story of loss and resilience. In this sanctuary, the young Omega finds unexpected allies and a glimmer of hope. The leader of the group, a fierce warrior named Kale, steps forward. He recognizes the mark on the Omega's wrist and shares the legend of its power. Kale believes that together, they can use this mark to rally others and rise against the oppressive regime that rules their city. As they strategize, the Omega learns of a hidden artifact rumored to amplify the mark's power. This artifact is guarded by a monstrous creature that roams the outskirts of the city. The challenge ahead is daunting, but the promise of freedom pushes them to confront their fears. Determined to reclaim their destiny, the Omega sets out with Kale and a small group of brave souls. The journey leads them through desolate landscapes, where hope hangs by a thread and the air is thick with uncertainty. Every step forward is a test of their resolve. Along the way, they face numerous trials, treacherous terrain, vicious beasts, and the constant threat of enforcers pursuing them. The Omega discovers their own strength, learning to harness the power of the mark as they fight side by side with their allies. As their bond deepens, the Omega and Kale share a moment under the starlit sky, revealing their fears and dreams. The connection between them grows, igniting a spark of romance amidst the chaos. In a world where survival is paramount, love becomes their sanctuary. However, peace is short-lived as the enforcers catch up to them, leading to a fierce confrontation. The Omega, fueled by the mark's energy and newfound courage, fights valiantly alongside Kale and their companions. The battle becomes a defining moment in their journey. With the odds stacked against them, the Omega unleashes the full potential of the mark, a brilliant light illuminating the battlefield. The enforcers are momentarily stunned, and in that fleeting moment, the group seizes the opportunity to fight harder, pushing back against their oppressors. As the battle rages on, the Omega's heart swells with hope. They fight not just for survival, but for the future of their people. Each ally stands strong, united by a common purpose, as they push through the ranks of enforcers, defying the odds stacked against them. In a climactic showdown, the Omega faces the leader of the enforcers, a formidable foe with a dark past. Their battle is fierce, echoing the struggle between hope and despair. The Omega must dig deep, drawing on the love and strength of their allies to emerge victorious. With a final surge of power, the Omega defeats the enforcer leader, breaking the chains of oppression that had shackled their city for too long. The victory is bittersweet, filled with loss yet also a celebration of hope and resilience. As dawn breaks, a new era begins. In the aftermath, the Omega stands before the gathered crowd of survivors, their heart full of love and determination. They vow to rebuild their city together, ensuring that no one will ever again feel lost or forsaken. Their journey has just begun, but hope now lights their path. As the sun rises higher, casting golden rays over the city, the Omega reflects on their journey. They have found not only their strength, but also a family among those who once were strangers. Together, they will create a future where hope reigns supreme and love conquers all. As the Omega gazed out over the crumbling skyline, the air was thick with tension and uncertainty. The once thriving metropolis was now a shadow of its former self, each building a testament to a forgotten past. With their newfound family beside them, they prepared to face whatever dangers lurked in the alleys below, ready to fight for their future together. The leader of the group, a fierce warrior named Kale, turned to the Omega with an intense gaze. We need to find the Heartstone. It's our only chance to reclaim this city from the tyrants who rule it. Are you ready? The Omega's heart raced, the weight of destiny hanging heavy in the air. Together, they descended into the depths of the city, where shadows danced and whispers of the past echoed off the crumbling walls. Each step felt like a heartbeat, resonating with ancient promises and dreams that had been long forgotten. Trusting in each other, they pressed onward, determination fueling their every move. As they ventured deeper, they stumbled upon a hidden enclave, untouched by the chaos of the outside world. Lush greenery flourished amidst the ruins, a sanctuary of life in a desolate landscape. The sight sparked a flicker of hope in the Omega's heart, reminding them that beauty still existed even in their darkest hour. Suddenly, a low growl echoed through the sanctuary, snapping the group back to reality. Emerging from the shadows were fearsome creatures, guardians of this hidden paradise, testing their resolve. The Omega felt a surge of fear, but also an instinctual urge to protect their newfound family. Kale stepped forward, brandishing a glowing blade that pulsed with energy. We fight together, no matter the odds. His words ignited a fire within the Omega, who raised their hands, feeling a spark of their own power awakening. They were not just a lost Omega, they were a beacon of hope. As the battle erupted, the Omega unleashed their newfound abilities, weaving magic into the air like a tapestry of light. Each spell cast was a testament to their growth, a dance of defiance against the darkness that threatened to consume them. They fought not only for survival, but for the future they envisioned. The creatures roared in fury, but the unity of the group proved more powerful than any beast. With each strike, their bond deepened, hearts beating in rhythm. They were not just fighting for the city, they were fighting for each other, for love that transcended the barriers of their pasts. With one final surge of energy, the Omega directed their magic toward the heart of the creature pack. An explosion of light erupted, illuminating the hidden enclave in a glorious radiance. The Guardians, overwhelmed by the force, retreated into the shadows, leaving the path to the Heartstone clear. Breathless yet exhilarated, the group stood in the aftermath of their victory. The Omega felt a newfound sense of belonging. They were part of something greater. Kale nodded at them, pride shining in his eyes. We did this together. Remember this moment, for it will guide us forward. As they navigated through the remnants of the Enclave, the Omega's mind raced with possibilities. What other secrets lay hidden within the city? With Kale and the others by their side, they felt emboldened to uncover the truth, no matter the risks involved. Suddenly, they discovered an ancient mural depicting the legend of the Heartstone, a symbol of hope that once thrived in the city. The Omega traced the lines with trembling fingers, feeling a connection to the past that illuminated their soul. This was more than just a quest. It was their destiny. In that moment, the Omega understood that their journey was not solely about reclaiming the city, but also about healing its wounded heart. They turned to Kale, determination burning brightly in their eyes. We will restore this city. Together, we will be the change it needs. With renewed purpose, the group ascended from the Enclave, ready to face the challenges awaiting them. The city loomed before them, a mix of grim despair and flickers of hope. Each step was a testament to their resolve, and the Omega felt the weight of destiny guiding them forward. However, as they ventured out, the shadows shifted ominously. They could sense eyes watching them, unseen threats lurking just beyond their sight. The Omega's instincts heightened, and they felt the urgency of their mission pressing down on them like a heavy cloak. Kale halted suddenly, his expression alert. We need to split up. It's the only way to gather intelligence on our enemies. Trust in each other and stay close to your instincts. The Omega nodded, determination surging within them as they prepared to face the unknown. As the Omega ventured down a narrow alley, they were overwhelmed by the pulse of the city. The flickering lights, the distant shouts, and the underlying fear that filled the air. They wondered how many others shared their dreams of liberation, yearning for a better tomorrow amidst the chaos. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, cloaked and enigmatic. "You seek the Heartstone, don't you?" the stranger whispered, their voice low and haunting. The Omega felt a shiver of recognition as they were drawn into a web of secrets that threatened to ensnare them. The stranger beckoned the Omega closer. "There are truths about the Heartstone that you must know. It is not merely a stone, it is the essence of hope itself. But it is guarded by forces far more powerful than you can imagine." The Omega felt a chill run through them, the stakes of their quest becoming alarmingly clear. "If you wish to possess it, you will have to confront your deepest fears," the stranger continued, their eyes glinting with wisdom. "And you must decide what you are willing to sacrifice to save your city." The words echoed in the Omega's mind, igniting a fierce determination. The Omega stepped back, heart racing as the weight of the decision settled on their shoulders. They could feel the presence of their family in their heart, urging them to fight not just for survival, but for a new beginning. The time for hesitation was over. With newfound clarity, the Omega rushed back to their companions. They needed to share what they had learned, to prepare them for the challenges ahead. The city was full of dangers, yes, but it was also a labyrinth of possibilities waiting to be uncovered together. Reuniting with Kale, the Omega shared the mysterious stranger's words, igniting discussion among the group. They weighed their options, realizing the significance of their quest. Each member understood that this was not just an adventure, but an awakening of their true selves. As night fell over the city, a plan began to take shape. They would gather allies, brave souls, willing to fight alongside them. The Omega felt a deep sense of purpose. This was their moment to lead, to unite those who dared to dream of a brighter future. The search for allies commenced with renewed energy. The Omega and their group traversed through the city's hidden corners, seeking those who had lost hope. Each encounter inspired confidence, igniting a flicker of courage in the hearts of others. Among the weary souls they met was a healer named Lyra, whose gentle spirit resonated with the Omega. "I've lost everything, yet I still believe in a brighter future," she declared, her eyes shining with defiance. The Omega felt the strength of her spirit bolster their own resolve. With Lyra joining their ranks, the group grew stronger. The Omega felt the power of unity envelop them like a protective shield. Together, they forged ahead, determined to confront the darkness that loomed over their city, each step bringing them closer to their destiny. As dawn broke, the group gathered at a high vantage point, gazing down at the city that had birthed both their struggles and their hopes. The Omega felt a swell of emotion, knowing that they stood on the precipice of change. Today was the day they would ignite the spark of revolution. With hearts ignited by purpose, they descended into the streets, ready to rally the disheartened citizens. The Omega raised their voice, calling out to the masses, "Together, we can reclaim our future. Together, we can be the change." The air was electric with possibility as the crowd began to respond. As more citizens joined them, a wave of hope surged through the streets. The Omega felt the collective energy of their newfound family and allies. Together, they would rise against the oppressive forces that had held them captive for too long, and the city began to awaken. But as they rallied, ominous figures appeared on the horizon, the enforcers of the city's tyranny. The Omega's heart raced as they understood the gravity of their situation. This was no longer just a fight for survival. It was a battle for the very soul of their city. Kale stepped beside the Omega, his eyes fierce with determination. We stand united. They may try to suppress us, but we will not back down. The crowd echoed his words, a roar of defiance rising in the air. The moment of truth had arrived, and they were ready to fight for their destiny. The clash began, a symphony of chaos and courage echoing through the streets. The Omega fought alongside their allies, every movement a dance of desperation and hope. They were no longer a lost Omega. They were a warrior fighting for love, freedom, and a future worth living. As the battle raged on, the Omega caught sight of Lyra tending to the wounded, her hands glowing with healing magic. Inspired, the Omega felt a surge of power, knowing that they were fighting not just for today, but for the lives yet to come. This was their moment to shine. In the midst of the chaos, the Omega remembered the words of the cloaked stranger. You must confront your fears. With a deep breath, they faced the looming figure of the enemy commander, a dark silhouette against the chaos of battle. It was time to step into their destiny. You think you can defeat me? The commander taunted, his voice dripping with disdain. But the Omega stood taller, channeling every ounce of their strength. I am not just an Omega, I am a force of change, and I will reclaim what is ours. Their words rang out like a battle cry. With a surge of adrenaline, the Omega unleashed their magic, striking out against the commander. A brilliant flash lit the darkness, illuminating the faces of those around them. The tide of battle began to shift, hope rekindling in the hearts of their allies. The commander staggered back, shock etched on his face as he struggled to regain control. The Omega's heart raced, knowing that this was their chance. They could feel the collective strength of their allies surging behind them, ready to press the advantage. With renewed vigor, the Omega surged forward, their magic intertwining with the energy of their allies. Every spell cast united them further, forming an unstoppable force against the oppressive command. Together, they were rewriting the narrative of their city. The city trembled beneath the weight of their combined will, the ground shaking in response to their fervor. The Omega felt the vibrations echo through their being, solidifying their resolve. They were not just fighting for survival, they were fighting for their very essence. As the battle reached its climax, the Omega locked eyes with the enemy commander. In that moment, they understood the depths of their power. With one final incantation, they unleashed the full force of the Heartstone's magic, a dazzling light that cascaded across the battlefield. The brilliance engulfed the commander, and with a final scream, he was forced back into the shadows. The air crackled with energy, and the tide of battle turned in favor of the united forces. The Omega felt an overwhelming rush of triumph, knowing they had found their place in this world. With the commander's retreat, the city began to awaken from its long slumber. Citizens emerged from their hiding places, emboldened by the force of unity displayed before them. The Omega felt a swell of pride, knowing that they had sparked hope in the hearts of many. As the sun began to rise, casting a warm glow over the city, the Omega turned to their companions. They were no longer just a group of lost souls. They were a family united by purpose, ready to rebuild their home together. The journey was far from over, but the dawn of a new era was upon them. With hearts full of hope, they began to formulate a plan for the future. Together, they would restore the city, heal its wounds, and inspire others to rise up against the darkness. The Omega felt their spirit, once lost, now illuminated by love and determination. In the days that followed, the Omega and their allies worked tirelessly, gathering resources, sharing knowledge, and strengthening their community. Each act of kindness, each moment of laughter, served as a reminder of the beautiful life they were crafting together. And as they looked out over the city, the Omega felt a profound sense of belonging. They had transformed from a lost soul to a beacon of hope for others. Together with their family, they were the architects of a brighter future, each brick laid with love and sacrifice. The journey was far from over, but the Omega knew they had the strength of their family beside them. As they stepped forward into the dawn of a new day, They understood that love and hope would guide them through the challenges ahead. Together, they would conquer whatever lay before them, united in their quest for destiny. As the first rays of dawn broke through the oppressive clouds, the lost Omega felt a flicker of hope stir within. Each step forward was a step away from the chains of their past, a chance to reclaim their destiny in this unforgiving city. The air was thick with the scent of rain-soaked asphalt, a reminder of the struggles that lay ahead. Yet, the echoes of betrayal haunted their footsteps. Whispers of an impending threat loomed. As factions within the city stirred, eager to seize the power that the Omega now possessed. Clenching their fists, the Omega vowed to protect their loved ones, aware that danger lurked around every corner. With every cautious step, the Omega sought refuge among the remnants of society. Abandoned buildings stood like forgotten giants, their walls adorned with graffiti that told tales of resistance and hope. Each mural whispered secrets of those who had fought before them, igniting a fire within the Omega's heart. Suddenly, a rustle in the shadows drew the Omega's attention. Heart racing, they turned to see a figure emerging, cloaked in mystery. It was a fellow survivor, eyes fierce and determined, who had also felt the sting of loss in this bleak world. Together, they could find strength in unity. Together, they navigated through the crumbling remnants of the city, their bonds strengthening with each shared story. The survivor spoke of a hidden sanctuary, a place where hope blossomed amidst despair, a beacon that could guide them towards a brighter future. But as they ventured deeper, the reality of their world set in. A group of enforcers patrolled the streets, their presence a looming threat. The Omega and their companion ducked behind a shattered wall, their hearts pounding as they watched the enforcers pass, dressed in dark uniforms that struck fear into the hearts of many. Once the danger passed, they emerged from their hiding place, determination etched on their faces. The Omega realized that the journey wasn't just about survival, it was about reclaiming their identity and the love that had been stripped away. Their hearts surged with courage, fueled by memories of laughter and warmth. As they continued to navigate the city, they stumbled upon a community of rebels who had found solace in each other. Gathered around a flickering fire, they shared stories, laughter, and dreams of a world reborn. The Omega felt an overwhelming sense of belonging, a reminder that they were never truly alone. But peace was fleeting. The enforcers discovered their hideout, and chaos erupted. The Omega felt the weight of fear grip their heart, but they refused to back down. They stood tall, rallying their newfound friends, reminding them of the power of unity and hope in the face of despair. With makeshift weapons in hand, the rebels fought back fiercely. The Omega, fueled by the love of their new family, charged into battle, their heart pounding with adrenaline. A surge of determination coursed through them, igniting a flame that would not be extinguished. Amidst the chaos, the Omega spotted the leader of the enforcers, a shadowy figure embodying tyranny. Rage surged within them, memories of lost loved ones flooding back. With a fierce cry, they raced towards the enemy, determined to end the cycle of pain that had haunted their existence. The battle raged on, a whirlwind of emotions, as hope clashed with despair. The Omega fought not just for their life, but for the future of those they loved. Each strike was a testament to their courage, each breath a reminder of the love they carried in their heart. Finally, the moment arrived. The Omega confronted the leader of the enforcers, their eyes locked in a battle of wills. With a deep breath, they unleashed the power within, a radiant energy that surged through them, illuminating the darkness surrounding them. The surge of energy collided with the enforcer's dark aura, creating a shockwave that rippled through the city. The ground trembled as the two forces clashed, a fierce struggle between light and shadow. The rebels cheered, hope renewed in their hearts as they witnessed the power of unity. But just when victory seemed within reach, the enforcer leader unleashed a counterattack, fueled by their own darkness. The Omega felt their strength waver, doubt creeping in. Yet, the cheers of their friends echoed in their mind, reminding them of the love that fueled their fight. With newfound resolve, the Omega gathered every ounce of strength within. Channeling the love of their family and friends, they pushed against the darkness, igniting a brilliant light that surged forward, overwhelming the Enforcer's attack. This was their moment of truth. The explosion of light shattered the darkness, engulfing the Enforcer leader in a blinding radiance. Their scream pierced the air, a haunting reminder of the tyranny that had suffocated the city. The rebels erupted in joyous cries, love conquering fear. As the dust settled, the Omega stood amidst their comrades, a sense of triumph washing over them. They had reclaimed their power, not just as an Omega, but as a beacon of hope for a city that had long forgotten its light. Together, they would rebuild and rise again. In the days that followed, the city began to heal. The rebels transformed the ruins into a sanctuary of hope, where laughter and love thrived. As the Omega looked upon this new beginning, they felt a profound connection to their past, present, and the bright future that awaited. The Omega felt the pulse of the city, a rhythmic heartbeat that resonated with the love they had fought to protect. Each brick laid was a story of resilience, a testament to the bonds forged in battle. They knew their journey was not over. It was merely the beginning. As they stood atop the highest point in the city, the Omega gazed out at the horizon, where the sun dipped below the skyline. A new dawn awaited, filled with endless possibilities. In their heart, they carried the promise of love and hope, a guiding light for anyone who dared to dream. The Omega's journey was a testament to the power of love and unity in the face of darkness. They had not only found their place in a world of chaos, but had also become a symbol of hope for others. As the city flourished, they understood that every sacrifice made was worth it, for love would always triumph.